Think of luxury, Gucci, power, style. But what if I told you the man who founded Gucci started not with wealth or pedigree, but with observation, grit, and low wages in London? From carrying suitcases at the Savoy Hotel to building one of the most iconic fashion empires in the world. This is the story of Guccio Gucci, the man who saw the demand no one else saw and built from nothing. You'll learn how he turned humble beginnings into an enduring legacy, and how those same financial lessons can power you in business today. Born on March 26, 1881 in Florence, in the heart of Tuscany, Guccio Gucci grew up the son of Gabriello Gucci, a modest leather craftsman, and Elena Santini. He wasn't born into grand privilege, but he was born in a place rich with artisanal tradition. At about 17 years old, drawn by wanderlust or perhaps ambition, he made his way to London, a city pulsing with wealth, travel, style. There, at the Savoy Hotel, Guccio worked as a porter, then lift assistant. He carried the baggage of the rich, walked their corridors. He saw what luggage looked like, what craftsmanship meant, how travelers valued and displayed their goods. These observations, small details others ignored, became seeds in his mind. He absorbed style, materials, clasp designs, stitching, travel aesthetics. Then, when he returned home to Florence, he entered the leather trade, working for Franzi, an established luggage firm, refining his craft. By 1921, having built both skill and vision, he opened his own shop, Valigeria Guccio Gucci, on Via della Vigna Nuova, a small storefront offering luggage, leather accessories, and travel goods, but with Guccio's eye always on elegance, aspiring to something more than mere utility. What makes this important for those in business and finance isn't the glamour, it's the truth that success often starts with observing where value is ignored and shaping your business around what people desire, even if they don't know they desire it yet. Chapter 1. Early influences and observation. Guccio's London years were more than a job. As a porter and lift assistant at the Savoy from roughly 1897 onward, he rubbed shoulders with aristocrats, diplomats, travelers. He watched how these people traveled, the trunks, the bags, the quality, the style. He saw what they would pay for. It was in London that he first noticed the gap between luxury and what was available back in his hometown. He saw that high society demanded more than function. They demanded identity. A piece of luggage wasn't merely to carry clothes. It was a statement. Back in Florence, those London lessons shaped him. He learned local craftsmanship, which was excellent, but paired with a taste for luxury learned abroad. He recognized that Tuscan leather, skilled artisans, and Florence's artisan culture were assets. But the ceiling was low unless combined with quality, design, and perception. Chapter 2. Building Gucci. That first shop in 1921 began humbly. Trunks, luggage, travel goods, saddles. Because travel was increasingly important. Rail travel, overseas travel. Affluent customers wanted durable, stylish gear. Gucci positioned itself to deliver both. When Italy faced material shortages, especially during the 1930s under import restrictions and political tensions, Gucci didn't wait for ideal conditions. He innovated. Hemp fabrics, canvas designs, alternative materials, all experimented with to get quality without the typical cost or import delays. Then came some of Gucci's most enduring design hallmarks. The bamboo bag, 1947, rose from post-war scarcity, a handle made from bamboo because heavier materials were limited. The equestrian legacy, horsebit motifs, saddle details, the green-red-green striped ribbon, evolved from saddle girths and equestrian tools, all rooted in observation from his London and Florentine exposure. As demand rose, Guccio involved his sons, Aldo, Rodolfo, Ugo, Vasco, to help scale operations. The growth was gradual, careful, and strategic, opening stores in Rome, later Milan, keeping product quality high, using differentiation, luggage for travel, equestrian accessories, then leather goods for local and tourist markets. Chapter 3. Brand identity and setbacks. As Gucci expanded, so did its reputation. People saw not just another leather shop, but a brand. The logo, the craftsmanship, the association with luxury travel turned into status symbols. But scaling brought challenges. Family dynamics shifted. Although Gucci especially pushed more aggressive growth, others retreated. Disagreements between siblings about direction, licensing, which brings money but risks brand dilution, maintaining craftsmanship versus scaling up production. Material constraints during wartime and post-war periods meant that creative solutions were necessary. Guccio lived to see some growth but passed away in 1953. The baton carried on by his sons. Some successes, some mistakes. The mid-20th century saw Gucci ride the waves of celebrity culture, Hollywood likes, jet-set riders, but also brand dilution, over-licensing, legal trouble, etc. One major trademark, the logo evolution. The GG intertwined letters, the flora motif, the bamboo handle. These design innovations became brand DNA. They helped Gucci stand out where many luxury goods looked similar. These design decisions are not just artistic, they're strategic, deeply tied to identity, margins, customers. Chapter 4. Lessons, Modern Era and Legacy. Today, Gucci is part of Kering, and its revenue runs into billions, with hundreds of stores globally. But it still leans heavily on the traditions Guccio set. Italian craftsmanship, travel heritage, logo recognition, quality. Under leaders like Tom Ford, Frida Giannini, Alessandro Michele, the brand reimagined itself, balancing heritage and innovation. Because Gucci's story shows, your brand can't just rest on old glories. You must evolve with style while keeping your roots. From Guccio's life, we draw several lessons. Observe what others overlook. Opportunity lives in detail. Innovate under constraint. Scarcity often forces creativity. Build identity, not just products, but stories and symbols that people connect with. Scale deliberately. Growth without governance, or without preserving quality, invites collapse. What do you think was Gucci's strongest move? Was it mastering craftsmanship, creating that signature design language, or scaling smartly while holding on to heritage? Drop a comment below. I want to see which strategy you believe made all the difference. Guccio Gucci didn't begin with grandeur, but with a suitcase in London, with aching shoulders carrying wealth-laden luggage, with hands in leather, eyes watching every clasp, every stitch. Business people, creatives, entrepreneurs, whatever your field, Gucci's story proves that you don't need perfect conditions. You need clarity of vision, patience, relentless attention to detail, and the courage to bet on what others dismiss. So as you build your venture, remember, observe what's around you, innovate when others believe there's nothing, build your identity, protect your integrity, because empire built on quality and story lasts longer than empire built on trends. If this inspired you, tap like. Subscribe for more founder journeys that teach you strategy, leadership, and finance by example. Tell me, what lesson from Gucci's rise will you apply in your business, and how?